Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast with great movies and great guests. Every week I bring on three interesting people, give them three movies, and challenge them to pull out the most obscure actors they can. The deeper the cut, the more points they earn. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, or at least 99% of the time, Alex Young. Alex, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Jeff. Good to be here for those 99%.
I mean,
boy, do I cherish that 1% that I've.
I mean, and those are really good episodes when you're not here. They go with.
No, I don't listen to the show.
What's going on?
Not much. We're recording this at the end of June. It's June 25th. We're on the eve of Supergirl coming out. And I'm curious, Jeff, are there any movies coming out July and August, like the big summer blockbusters or whatever, that you are particularly looking forward to? Something that's on your radar, you're like, ooh, I got to make sure I see that opening weekend.
I mean, Alex, I recently had a birthday. I'm 50 now. So I am not of the got to see that movie opening night. As you and I used to work together, and there was kind of a rule, especially with like big Marvel movies and stuff like that. Like we had to see them opening weekend because we were going to talk about them on Monday. Now we had a coworker that would often say to like, oh, I'm not going to see it till like next week or the week after because I've made plans with like friends, like couples, and we're going to go see it together. I'm like, sorry, buddy, like the new Avengers movie's coming out. We're talking about it on Monday. He's like, no, don't spoil it for me. I'm like, then go see it. Like, go see it.
Sorry, Charles. It was.
Yeah, he knows who he is. So I am not of that anymore because I don't work in a place where anyone's going to spoil anything for me anymore. And I mean, the internet just spoils everything anyway. Sure. But I would say, obviously, I'm going to go see Spider-Man. I don't even know. How did they work the word home into the title this time, Alex? Is it is home in the title?
I don't think they did for this one. I don't think it's part of the home trilogy.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
it's a brand new day, is it not? Because it's a brand new day for Spider-Man.
Okay. Well, I'm going to see that. And then I guess the Odyssey for sure. Like, I'm not going to not see the Odyssey. So I would say those two.
Talking about spoilers, Jeff, I'm sure you know how that one ends.
Yeah, I guess I do, Alex. So yeah, those two, I would say those two. But up into that, like, I will probably go see Supergirl at some point, but I'm not rushing out to see it. Sure. And you've told me a bunch of movies I need to go see already this summer. I mean, I guess it's just summer has just started, but because I have a watch that tells me when summer starts. That's why I did that. I've not run out to see a whole lot yet this year. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me, man. You're only depriving yourself.
What about you, Alex?
Yeah, both of those are on my list, of course, as well. And I'm excited for Evil Dead. But I think the movie that I am most excited for this summer is Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma with Gillian Anderson and Hannah Einbinder. And it's the third feature from Jane Schunbrun, who did I Saw the TV Glow and Let's All Go to the World's Fair, which you and I saw at Fantasia, like digital Fantasia.
Yeah,
during the pandemic in like 2020, and it's like a love letter and a parody of like all the summer camp slasher flicks.
Okay,
and I feel like it's gonna be awesome.
I mean, I do like the idea of that. Had you not told me who the director was, I probably would have been more excited about it. Like, no offense to the director, not a huge fan of I Saw the TV Glow.
Fired.
Yeah, because they're really concerned about what I think. I did not enjoy their second feature.
Well, maybe third time's the charm, Jeff.
Maybe. Well, Alex, why don't we get our guests in here? Because nobody wants to listen to us talk. If they wanted to listen to us talk, they could just join us at the Scarborough Town Food Court every couple of weeks. And just Shea, we got Shea here from Fillmore. Looks like he's frozen, but he's just very. I was going to say very stoic. How are you doing, Shea?
Strong silent type. I'm good. Thanks for having me on again.
It's been a minute. We last had you here with Matt Kiesler, I believe, and we did we did some indie comedies. Last Days of Disco.
I lost that one.
I mean, you were up you were up against the guy who was in all three movies we did. So that's tough to beat a guy.
Every time I've been on this show, so
that's all right. I've never won on your podcast, so that's okay.
Yet.
Well, Goonies never say die, Shea. So Goonies never say die.
How dare you?
Yes, Shea hosts a podcast called Fillmore that is also a bit of a game show. Not a bit, it is a total game show. And if you say, if you say Goonies or Goonies never die, you lose all your points.
If you ever mention the word Goonies at all, you lose all of your season points.
Yeah,
there is a good backstory behind that. Listen to the show to find out.
Yes. And then Also with us, I've got an intro for this one, so let's get into it. Today's guest is the true multi-hyphenate talent in independent filmmaking. As an actress, producer, writer, and stunt performer, Laurie Love has helped bring countless action films, thrillers, and westerns to life, both in front and behind the camera. Over the years, she's built an impressive career working on projects such as Dead Man's Hand, The Second, Pursuit, Clear Cut, and the recent western Gunslingers. Whether she's performing in front of the camera, helping shape a production behind the scenes, or taking on the physical demands of stunt work, Laurie's become an integral part of many successful independent film productions. Please welcome Laurie Love to Deep Cuts the Game. Laurie, thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now that's got to be exciting. Like I was kind of going through your IMDb, and you've worn pretty much every hat that you can in film. And you know, Shea has done some short films. Alex has done some production of his own, and I've been around stuff. And I know there's a lot of different jobs to do. Is there anything you haven't done yet? Craft services?
No, I've done that too, actually, because I started in the indie world. So we did everything. We really did everything. I mean, from casting to craft services. I mean, at one point I was doing art department on my first film. I had to frame a whole wall for a scene that we were filming later that night. On lunch, I'm like literally hammering this wall together. So I don't know. I'm a Jill of all trades, a master of none, but I like to keep gainfully employed and keep the movie going. So I do what I got to do. I guess it's hard to think, like gaffing isn't my deal. I don't want to deal with the electricity and, things like that. So electric isn't something I want to mess with.
Yeah, that seems fair.
I've ran cords, I've plugged in lights, I've done all that too. So I'm not really sure. I've had a lot of positions. So
now, when you first started out, was that just the idea that you kind of wanted to work in film and just any way you could, you got into it, or was it always or even is that your end game to be in front of the camera and be an actress, or is it to be on the production side?
Yeah, originally it started with I wanted to be an actress in front of the camera forever. I'd imagine myself in TV shows like Superman and Lois. I wanted to be on that show, and I ended up eventually working with like Dean Cain and these people. So it was kind of cool to go full circle. But when I started competing in film competitions, was when I was like, I love this. This is for me. This is it. I don't want to ever stop. And I haven't ever since.
And yeah, I was noticing that like you've even done some of the I don't know if they're Hallmark Christmas movies, but you've done some of the Chris. So do you get to do those? Because I know up in Canada we have like a very thriving Hallmark Christmas movie location. Alex, do you know what town is it that they do it up here? Alex, do you know?
I know they sometimes do it in Cambridge, but there's another town a little further out that's like every movie is shot there.
Yeah, and they just they're used to having fake snow year round kind of thing. It's not Port Hope or something like that, is it, Alex? I know no. Okay. Have you ever gotten up to Canada to do any Christmas movies, Laurie?
Not Christmas movies, no, but we did Clear Cut up in Canada.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was beautiful.
Thank you. I mean, I didn't make it, but it's so I was gonna ask. So, what's it like? You work on I guess to say the actors on the creative side, but you're also on the production side, and often you're doing both on one movie. Is it difficult for you to kind of take one hat off and put the other on and switch gears?
Not for me, because I've done it for so long. I really had to switch back between producing, acting, or sometimes I'd be doing stunts in that same film. So I'd be doing 3 different things. I like to keep really, really busy, and I don't get much sleep. But other than that, no. It's easy for me to switch, I guess, that side of my brain from the creative to the business, and it keeps me active and going, and I just love it. It's totally for me.
So I think Shea and Alex and I have some understanding of the world of film, and Shea and Alex probably have more than I do behind the scenes. Most people don't really know what a producer does, and they especially probably don't know what a producer does on an independent film. So like, what does your day as a producer look like as compared to say like, when we hear producers, everyone thinks Hollywood and the guy who shows up in the car for like 10 minutes and he points here and there. But like, what is your day like as a producer?
Yeah, it's absolutely not like that for me at all. Usually what my day looks like is 10,000 emails before I wake up. And then I show up to set, usually the first person to show up to set, and get everything going, make sure everything is on track and hitting where it needs to, falling into the budgets. Actors are taken care of. It's really the whole encompassing thing that I, as a producer, do, usually as a boots on the ground producer. I'm not always an executive producer, although I've done that before. So there's different types of producers out there. So I'm a boots on the ground producer that makes the show go.
Man, Alex, that sounds like our busy days when Alex and I used to like PA just for like green screen shoot. And they'd be like, can you be here at 5 a.m? And we're like, why? Why so early? Yeah, this is horrible. You're like, yeah, but it was fun. But so I wanted to ask you about stunt work because there's been movies and TV shows, movies based on TV shows where stuntmen, and it's very, I don't want to say glamorous, but they try to make it look like it's hard work, that's dangerous, but there's also this like touch of glamour to it. What is your experience as a stunt performer? Any glamour to stunt work?
Not a lot of glamour. No. Not a lot of glamour. The actors get all the glamour side of that. When you're doing stunt work, I mean, you're stuck out in the sticks, out in the weeds, for hours while you're waiting to shoot. You're in the freezing cold. You're filming overnight. You're usually the last one that's set up to film. So it's trying. You're the one rolling in the dirt. You're the one, out there in the middle of it. So it's not very glamorous until you go to, like the Tourist Stunt Awards and those types of things. That's the glamorous part for sure.
Go ahead, Alex.
I'm curious, what is the most challenging stunt that you've had to perform?
I've done a lot of high falls. There's one in particular that was very challenging. That and underwater stunts. Those two are my top most challenging. And I do stuff with explosions. I get squibbed. I have little, explosions coming off of me, all kinds of things like that. But really, the high falls, one mistake, you're not around. And, the underwater stuff, breathing. I like to breathe. So that one's always.
Yeah. I don't even like diving for like coins in the bottom of the pool. Like I've never been good.
I'm just stealing change from a fountain, guy.
No. But I'm just saying, like in the pool, like when they throw stuff and they're like, go get it. And I'm like, nah. I'm like, can I reach it with my toe? And yeah, I'm not a fan of heights. Like if I got to go up and clean the eaves troughs, like the ladder's shaking like crazy when I'm going up. So yeah, I can imagine those being difficult. Now, I was going to ask you then because this occurred to me a couple weeks ago. I was like, I'm going to save this for Laurie. But we see this often in movies and TV shows. Someone will shoot at the ground at someone's feet and they're like, oh, and they put their hands up in the air. And every once in a while, they'll make a joke about like the person will be like, oh, I think I peed my pants or something like that. But is that not a fair reaction? I think we could all say if somebody shot a gun at my feet, I would not be embarrassed if I wet my pants. Like that would be that seems like a fair response to gunfire. So sorry, I was just something I thought about.
Jeff?
There is no question, Alex. It's a thought. And Laurie has dealt with, like squibs and guns and stuff like that. So, and it can be dangerous, I'm sure. So I was just wondering, like, has there ever been a stunt where you're like, I don't want to say that you've said no, but you're like, can we maybe rethink this one before I jump off this building or this train or whatever it is?
Yeah, there was one, and it was our first feature film. It was a zombie horror comedy flick, and there was an explosion that was supposed to be set off, and I was supposed to walk through it after it goes off, and it was timed, and we had everything timed out. The stunt coordinator was there, and for some reason, I stopped at the lineup of where this explosion was coming from. And I decided I was going to take 5 steps back. I just felt that day, I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm too close. And I had been watching him set off explosions before, and he would come a little bit early. So I decided to step 5 steps back, just because no one, noticed that I did it, but I did it. So anyways, when action came, the 5 steps saved me from blowing my face off, basically. Yeah.
I mean,
so
yeah, fair enough.
Shrapnel, everything. I had a wig on, and it blew. It was hot. There was shrapnel. There was dust and everything, and nobody said a word because there was this huge cloud of dust and smoke and everything there, and they couldn't see me down this Old West town. And then I ended up just walking right through, and they all kind of like took a breath and were like, "I thought you were dead."
Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, "Thanks for coming to check on me. That's really cool." But
some great instincts.
Yeah. So you mentioned the old dust town, and I know you and Brian, you do westerns, are kind of like, not your main thing, but there's a lot of westerns. What is it about westerns that, I mean, they just seem, I don't want to use the word timeless, but it's like we can no one nowadays has any real contact with the Western world anymore, like the days of cowboys and stuff like that, but we can still make a Western movie and people will get behind it, kind of thing. Like what do you think it is about Westerns that still have, I'm going to say it, this timeless quality to them, that people still want to see Westerns?
Well, there's something about, the history and exploring land and finding new people, finding a community, finding where you belong, where things were lawless, where you had to find, something about yourself. And there's something so beautiful about that freedom of traveling. And, a lot of these Westerns, people are on, in open land and coming across new towns and the struggle and the strife that people do deal with all the time, even to this day. But it was a lot more dangerous. You'd get shot if you looked at someone wrong, but that could happen these days. And it's just looking at it through a different lens and being able to see pieces of history. People really like to pay attention to Westerns when we make them, and we want to, make it as a timepiece as possible and really, bring you into that world and that time in history. So I don't know. I think that it carries on something romantic about it in a strange way, I guess.
I mean, what's his name? Tyler Sheridan makes, $1 billion doing Western or Western associated stuff. So, yeah, I guess it's not a bad place to live in. I was going to ask you, you've worked with people that, people at home probably don't know, and you've worked with everyone up to like the Nicolas Cages and the John Cusacks and stuff like that. And I, after speaking with Brian, and he's said that, they come in and then sometimes they're there for like 3-5 days. What's it like to work with someone who, let's say someone like John Cusack that, we don't have to talk about how old we are, Laurie, but, you and I, we grew up watching movies that he was in, and then here he comes in, and maybe it's only for a short period of time, but like, do you get an opportunity to kind of like pick his brain, or is he just kind of like laser focused on the task at hand?
A little bit. These actors that do come in for these, day plays or longer, they're really focused on what they're doing, and we're trying to shoot as much as we possibly can in that time. So really, it's just they're on the clock most of the time. So, depending on the producer side, I do get time to converse with the actors more than I do as, an actor would.
Okay.
So, they're really on point, ready to go. John Cusack was wonderful. I did get to speak to him for a little bit, but they really are focused on doing their job, and so you all are, and you're just really there to get the job done. And it depends on how long they're there, really. It really depends. And sometimes at lunch you guys get to chat together. It's not too much time.
Well, I think Brian,
indie films, you've got no time.
What I think Brian was saying with the Nicolas Cage, I think it was a Gunslingers, where he had that voice where he stayed in character, and I'd be like, I don't want to talk. I feel like I'm hurting you by making you talk to me with this voice. So you guys you've made all sorts of different types of movies. Here's a hypothetical: if you could make if you and Brian and your team, if you guys could make any movie from history time and you could kind of give it your own spin, is there a movie that you'd like to take a crack at?
Oh gosh.
I know it's a big kind of huge question, but
it is. Well, for me personally, I always wanted, even though it's being remade or is already remade, I wanted to make Neverending Story again.
Oh,
I wanted to do that one. So someone stole my thunder.
Now, are they doing a full remake of it, kind of thing? Like not just like because there was Neverending Story 2, right?
Yeah.
5 of them, I think.
Is there 5 of them?
I think Jack Black's in the 5th one. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like a young Jack Black?
The movie tonight, but yeah, Jack Black is in the 5th Neverending Story. I think it's the 5th. Don't hold.
Is it like in your brain, Shay? Is it like a young Jack Black? Like is this like
Mr. Shea days?
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's always fun when you find out these movies. You're like, when did this come out, and why do I not know about the other 3 Never-Ending Story movies? Like, number 2 was already not very good. Like, I can't see why you needed to make 3 more.
Let's fix this.
So we've talked about you've gotten to do a little bit of everything. Is there a role like maybe acting or production that you would want to tackle? Like we've mentioned the Never-Ending Story. I don't know if there's a role in the Never-Ending Story for you other than some person wearing some prosthetics and weird stuff. But is there a movie or a role that like you're like, I would love to be able to play this?
I always wanted to play either a character like Sigourney Weaver in Alien or Linda Hamilton in Terminator, just some tough
badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 guys in this podcast that would feel like I wish we could play someone as badass as those 2 women. Like, I think Alex is more.
Laurie would do a better job.
I was going to say, Alex, you're more likely to play the Paul Reiser in Aliens, and I'm the psychiatrist in Terminator 2 that gets stabbed in the neck with a pen or something like that. So, Shea, I'll let you off the hook. You can do something cool. But so what's coming up? Yeah, what's coming up next with you? Like, I know we were talking to Brian. It feels like ages ago. I think it was maybe 2 months. It was, what was that, Alex? April? I think we had Brian on. We talked to Brian in April, and I know he was looking at some stuff, and I think I think there was like a horror / Groundhog Day kind of theme horror film coming up for you guys. Any news on that we can ask you about?
I don't have the news on that one.
Okay.
We do have 2 films coming out, an action film, Scorpion.
That's
that
right,
one
yes.
is coming out. I don't have the release date yet, but it should be this year. And that one stars Aaron Eckhart. He was awesome to work with. Let's see. We've got Deadly Mistake. And that's just... it was originally going to be a vertical, but it's a thriller.
Okay.
A normal like Ion movie style type thriller. Really exciting. I play a doctor in that one.
Not a badass doctor.
I was a badass doctor, but
okay.
but that wasn't really her character background.
I have not, like, it's weird. Like I didn't know of verticals until 5 months ago, but now it's like, now we're talking to the people and verticals are this whole different kind of like industry and way of making films and stuff like that. So is that something you guys work on a lot?
No, this is new to us too. The verticals are something that have, trickled in and we needed to jump on because it is kind of where a lot is moving right now, and see what we can lend to that as well in creativity and making quality stuff.
Well, we should get into a game of deep cuts, but we'll have some more questions for you later, Laurie. The first thing we got to do is decide who's going to go first, second, or third. So I'm going to give you the name of an actor and actress, and you just got to try to tell me what you think they're best known for is on IMDb. So not their first credit or their last credit, but like they've got 4 things on their best known for. So today's actor is John Travolta. So Laurie, I'm going to let you go first. Take a second to think about it. What do you think should be number 1 on John Travolta's IMDb list?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction for Laurie.
I
All right,
have
Shea. Oh no, hold on to it. It's probably on the board. I will tell you that. Shea, what do you think should be number one on John Travolta's IMDb? And you can't say Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's tough. I think we obviously all thought of Pulp Fiction. I'm gonna say I'll say Face Off.
Face Off. Oh, I'm sure Alex wanted to say Face
Off.
Off.
For sure on my list.
Yeah. Alex, what's your pick then?
I'm gonna go a completely different genre than either of those, and I'm gonna say Grease.
All right, Grease. I will tell you this: 2 of you are on the board, and Face Off is not there.
Wow.
So Grease, Alex, is number 4. Number 3, Saturday Night Fever.
Damn.
Number 2, Get Shorty.
Wow.
And then number 1, Pulp Fiction. So fair enough. Laurie, would you like to go first, second, or third in this game of deep cuts?
I will go. You know what? I want to go second because I've never seen that.
You want to see how it happens? That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So, Alex, you said Grease. So, do you want to go first or third?
You know what? I'm gonna go third, and we're gonna throw Shea to the wolves here.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Laurie's not gonna pick up any tips from me then.
Dang.
Well, let's tell you what tonight's 3 movies are. Now, Laurie, you gave me a pretty good list. Now, unfortunately, we had done some of them fairly recently. I think we've done Goonies like twice already at this point, so I couldn't go back to Goonies. But I believe I've got 2 from your list, and then a third movie that is just so huge that there's no way people aren't going to remember at least a couple people from it. So we do 6 rounds, Laurie. So you're going to want to try to think of at least 6 people and hope that people don't steal who you have. So chronologically, from 1988, and I believe we've done this movie once before, it might have been way back in season 1, Die Hard.
Oh, yes.
From 1996, The Rock. So much slow motion in that movie. Just,
yeah, it's awesome.
It's nonsense. And then from 1997, Starship Troopers. So while the 3 of you think about who might be the deep cuts in those films, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
In a world where heroes rise, villains fall, and collectors search for the next great issue, one comic shop stands above the rest. Heroic Dreams in Pickering. Your destination for new comics, classic back issues, graphic novels, collectibles, and trading cards. Whether you're building your pull list or hunting for that elusive grail, Heroic Dreams has you covered. Visit them on Kingston Road in Pickering and follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Heroic Dreams. Every legend starts somewhere.
We're back with Deep Cuts the Game. We have Laurie Love, Alex Young, and Shea from Fillmore here with us today. The 3 movies are Die Hard from 1988, The Rock from 1996, and Starship Troopers from 1997. Shea, you were forced to go first. So
You guys keep that word in mind.
Forced. So the way it works, Laurie, is Shea will go first, you will go second, Alex will go third, and then Alex will get a second pick and we'll come back up. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So you have always got kind of like a middle pick, so you have a little bit of time to think about it. So Shea, what is your deepest cut?
You know, I feel like with how easy these movies are, I'm going to lose a lot of like viewers and listeners from my show who are going to watch this and be like, this dude doesn't know anything about
movies. How does he not know these movies? These movies are huge.
I don't even have 6 names written down right
now.
My
goodness.
Okay.
And here's Laurie, we did not mention this to you. There's the one other thing. If you don't remember a person's name, that is okay. You are more than welcome to just tell me something else they were in. Like if there's an actor and actress, you're like, oh, they were also so-and-so in this. That is good enough for us, okay? Because sometimes people's names, we get to a certain age, the names start escaping our heads. These movies are, Die Hard is almost 40 years old at this point. So that's crazy. Shea, what is your deepest cut?
My deepest cut that I have written down, I'm just going to say Jake Busey in Starship Troopers.
Yeah, that's not super deep, but you are right in that he is in that movie. Jake Busey is one of the grunts, the soldiers. He is worth 4 points. 4 points. Pretty memorable with that big grin of his in this movie. And Laurie, if you've ever worked with any of the people that we mentioned in this game tonight, please let us know, because I feel like Jake's a guy that might have crossed paths with you.
I have worked with Jake. Yes,
right.
he was on my list.
All right, Laurie, we're coming to you now. You get one pick right now. This is your first one. So what one? So you've seen Jake, 4 points, fairly well-known actor, pretty big part in that movie. What do you think you can give us? It can be from any movie. You don't have to do Starship. You could do Die Hard or The Rock, whichever one you think is worth more.
Ooh, this is tough. I'm gonna go with Alan Rickman from Die Hard.
All right. Well, you're going to see how this works, Laurie, because Alan Rickman's worth
lose.
He's worth 2 points. He's only worth 2 points. I mean, pretty famously the villain in Die Hard with the dramatic. So Alan Rickman for 2 points. But you know what? You're on the board. Sometimes getting the first couple picks out of the way, that's all that matters. You'll get there. Alex,
my next pick.
Yeah, where's Shea gonna go now? He's only Sean Connery, probably.
Yeah, I've got Sean Connery written down. That's it.
Yeah. Alex Young, what's your first and your second deep cuts?
In The Rock. I don't remember his name, but he was James Bond in like 3 movies. I'm kidding. I'm not. But his hairdresser in that movie is a comedian named Anthony something. But I'm pretty sure he was in the show Yes Dear.
Yeah. His name's Anthony Clark. He is best known for the TV show Yes Dear. And he's really just concerned that James Bond is satisfied with his haircut.
Yes.
Even after he throws somebody over the balcony of the Fairmont Hotel. So Anthony Clark out.
If I remember correctly, Jeff, that then leads to a big car chase that at one point an electric streetcar explodes massively on the street.
I don't know if the streetcar explodes. He at some point
does. It gets turned sideways.
No. Well, there's one part where he drives a Hummer into a car and drives it into a post, and that explodes. I know there's a guy on the streetcar he's like, everybody get off. And I think everybody's okay in that one. But you are right. There is a giant explosion. I have to watch it again. It's nonsense, whatever it is, Alex. But Anthony Clark from the TV show Yes Dear is worth 10 points.
Great.
Alex, do you know who his wife was in Yes Dear?
No, I can picture her face, but I couldn't tell you who she is.
I can't remember her name, but she is the older sister in Uncle Buck.
You know, I haven't seen.
I know you haven't seen it, but Laurie and Shea have probably seen it, and yeah, she's the bitchy sister that takes off.
Okay.
Alex, you get your second deep cut.
From Die Hard, I'm gonna take William Atherton.
William Atherton, yes. He's the asshole that works at the TV station, yeah, he is essentially. I think. We have friends who have a podcast, and he's been awarded. It's called the William Atherton Award, and it's really just a person who's just like a piece of shit in every movie they're in, kind of thing. Because I think he's a jerk in Ghostbusters. Yeah. So William Atherton,
genius too, right?
Yeah, real genius. He's a jerk in that one. So he's worth 6 points, Alex. William Atherton.
I'll take it.
Okay, Laurie, back to you. You see how it's done. Can you get a little deeper than Alan Rickman?
I don't know. I'm gonna try. Well, I think this one's more famous, so I want to go Clancy Brown from Starship Troopers.
That's a good one.
Very
good. Clancy Brown for 7 points.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a famous guy, but I think especially in 1997, I don't know if it'd been a few years since the Highlander movie, so I think people had kind of forgotten who he was, and now people mostly know him as Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, kind of thing, right? So, do they, Alex? I don't know. What do people know Clancy Brown from? Like, I know Clancy Brown, but what do people know? I mean, I wouldn't have remembered that. But no, Clancy Brown for 7 points. Well done, Shea. We're back to you. What is you get 2 in a row? Your second and your third deep cuts.
Okay, so 7 points for Clancy Brown makes me feel a little bit better about my next pick. So I'm going to say Michael Ironside, also from Starship Troopers.
Yeah, Michael
He's a
Ironside.
name. He's in it a lot, I guess.
He is, but I think less people probably know who Michael Ironside is than Clancy Brown. He's Canadian, if I'm not mistaken, right, Alex? Is he Canadian?
So.
Yeah, Canadian. Michael Ironside. And what is Michael Ironside really known for? I guess Total Recall?
Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
No, it's Total. I think it's Total Recall. I think that's his. He's the villain.
He's
or one of yeah.
He's one of those guys. He's one of those character actors that you see in everything.
And what?
Which is awful for this show,
obviously. Yeah. Blackberry, right? That's like his big thing most recently. He's in Blackberry. He's in Blackberry. Yeah, right, Alex?
He's a Canadian, then. Yeah,
he's a Canadian. Yeah, he's a Blackberry.
He Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie?
Probably, yes.
Walking by the CN Tower or something?
He is worth 9 points for Michael Ironside.
Hell yeah.
All right, Shea. So what is your third deep cut?
I'm going to take David Morse from The Rock.
David Morse, yes.
He's the only guy I can remember from that gaggle of soldiers.
Oh my God. There are so many good...
I love David Morse.
So many good soldiers in that gaggle of soldiers. David Morse for 5 points. So not bad. I don't know. What's David Morse? Contact? What's his... Or
cop in everything?
Negotiator with Samuel Jackson. He's really good in that.
The Green Mile. He's good in the Green Mile too. He's good at being really tall. I think he's really tall, if I'm not mistaken. Laurie, we're back to you. You gave us Clancy Brown, so now you're seeing how it's working. You're doing better. What do you got for your third deep cut?
These are all well-known people. Let's see. Because I was thinking Ed Harris with Die Hard, but he's so well-known.
Ed Harris from The Rock. Right? Yeah. I mean, you said the name. That's fine. You got it. So we're gonna give you Ed Harris, as he is the main.
Did I say Die Hard?
You said Die, but that's okay.
Oh,
we know what you meant.
Sorry.
We knew what you meant, and either way, it doesn't matter. He's in the movies. So he's worth 3 points for Ed Harris.
Okay.
Has a change of heart kind of towards the end of the film. Doesn't want to kill everyone.
Spoilers.
Alex, you get your third and your fourth deep cuts.
Okay, so this is the last thing I have is remotely deep, and the rest is like I'm just gonna be fighting for the stars with Shea. But Die Hard, the tall blonde terrorist who he gets with the chain, is in Witness.
He is.
I assume other things, but those are the only ones that I know.
Alexander Godunov is his name.
Totally his name.
I believe he was a ballerina dancer, like a ballet dancer.
A
ballerina. And I believe we've talked about this before, but he also was the face behind like a Canadian beer commercial, like Molson Black Ice or something like that. And it was like, our beer is so cold, that kind of thing. But Alexander Godunov for 7 points, Alex. But while he is lesser known, but he does have a major role in that film. So 7 points for Alex. What is your fourth deep cut? Since you're all out of deep cuts now.
I'm all out of deep cuts. So from Starship Troopers, I'm going to take Neil Patrick Harris. Would you like to know more?
Yep. Neil Patrick Harris is one of the psychics for 5 points. It's all right, Alex. It's pretty good. I really thought this was going to be a high-scoring game for you, Alex. I thought you were going to crush this one.
No, Jeff, you forget that I'm dumb now, and I don't remember any information that I used to know.
Laurie, we are back to you. You got your fourth one. We do 6 rounds, so you're halfway through. What's your fourth deep cut?
John Spencer from The Rock.
Shit.
Whoa.
That's a good one. Yeah, he's like the head of, I don't know what he is, but he's one of the main good guys. He's one of the, I don't know, military or government guys, but not a really well-known actor, but he does have a lot of screen time. But he's worth 10 points for John Spencer.
Yeah.
He's the one that gets thrown off the building by Sean Connery. So yeah, well done, John Spencer. Shea, your fourth. Your fourth and your fifth deep cut.
Now, the gentleman that Alex mentioned, he is the guy that also plays the doctor in Funny People.
No, but that's who he says he looks like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. The tall,
I
yeah.
know the same actor. Okay.
Yeah, no, the tall guy from Funny People is in.
Not in any of these movies.
He's not, but he is famous-ish because his name's Torsten Vorgis, and he's in The Big Lebowski. He's one of the nihilists.
Okay, all right.
And he's in the movie 8mm with Nicolas Cage as the guy who sells him one of the snuff tapes.
Does not help me here.
Yeah, no, he's not in any of these movies, but he is a person. So, what is your fourth deep cut, Shay?
All right, Michael Biehn, isn't he in The Rock?
He is, and not for very long. He is a Navy SEAL that gets sent in with the team and is almost immediately killed. So he is worth 7 points for Michael Biehn.
It was a rough time for Michael Biehn. Honestly, there's a lot of rough times for Michael Biehn, unfortunately.
Yeah, he does not. Him and Sean Bean do not survive most movies that they're in. What is your fifth deep cut?
Dude, I have no idea. Lord help me. Casper Van Dien. I have no idea, man.
Whoa. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure Laurie has worked with Casper Van Dien. If I'm not mistaken.
He's a great actor.
He's great. Great person and great actor. Great person. Good.
But you know what? He's not great. He's not great for deep points in this game. As he is the star of this movie. He's worth one. He's worth 1 point. So 1 point for Casper Van Dien.
Better than zero.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yes, it is better than zero.
I'm glad to hear that he's nice. That's heartening to hear.
Good for him. His daughter's super famous too, isn't she?
One of my favorites.
Is his daughter an actress?
Yeah, his daughter is. Yes.
A musician, I think.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. She's amazing as well. Yeah.
Good.
Laurie, we're back to you. Got your fifth deep cut. It's a very close game. I know everyone's like really worried about it, but everyone's had like at least one solid pick to kind of keep it interesting. So, what is your fifth deep cut, Laurie?
I'm out of people, but because I love Starship Troopers, I'm gonna go with. She played Dizzy, Dina Myers.
Dina Myers.
I know she's gonna be up there.
She's up there, but she's a little further down than Casper Van Dien. She dies in Starship Troopers, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. After
again, Jeff.
She professes her love, I believe, to him, and then dies. And it's like, oh, poor Dina Meyer. I had a crush back on. I mean, because she was like Beverly Hills 90210. I think she was in that for a little bit. So Dina Meyer for 4 points. Man, this is a tight game. This is very close. Alex, you get your final 2 deep cuts.
2.
You're 5 and 6.
I only have 1 written down. And
Come on.
Okay, well, in that case, to play it safe, I'm going to take Denise Richards off the board.
You're just stealing points from people who are like
literally my plan.
Yeah.
Because my last one is a Hail Mary. I'm pretty sure he's in The Rock. But I'm not completely sure. Is Tony Todd in The Rock?
Tony Todd is in The Rock, Alex. Tony Todd is the one that gets
Tony.
When Nicolas Cage says, "Do you like Elton John, Rocket Man?" He's like, "I don't like that soft crap." And he's like, "That's too bad because you are the Rocket Man." And then he shoots the rocket into him and sends him, which doesn't kill him somehow.
Yeah, he gets stuck to it and it
he shoots out like 30 feet in the air and then falls onto a post and gets impaled. And I was like, why? He should have been stuck on the rocket and exploded with the rocket. But Tony Todd is worth 8 points, Alex.
Great,
yeah, of course you'll take it. To confirm, so you also Denise Richards with worth 2, Alex.
I figured. That's fine.
All right, Laurie, you need some points here. It's your final deep cut. Is there? I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else that you maybe worked with that crossed your path? Probably not. But there's so many points on the board here. But do you have anything left on your list?
From Die Hard, Bonnie.
That's good enough. We know who you're talking about. Bonnie Bedelia.
Oh, thank you.
You got it.
Does anybody? I'm sure we've talked about this before, but does anybody know who she's the aunt of some people? Does anybody know who her nephews are?
Bedelias?
The Culkins.
The Culkins. Wow.
Her maiden name was Bonnie Culkin, if I'm not mistaken. So all the Culkins are her nephews. So even when we think, oh, wow, there's no nepotism, the Culkins made it on their own. They didn't.
I hope this is a true fact and not a Jeff fact, where it's a thing that you think and Craig is in his car being like, nope, that's not true.
We can confirm in a moment, but I'm 99% positive that it's that she is a Culkin. She's worth 4 points for Bonnie Bedelia. Shea, it's your final one. You got anything? You want to throw up just like a Hail Mary? Like maybe?
I have one that I know is in the film, and I have one that I have a sneaking suspicion could be in a film and could get me some points. So it's really do or die here. So this is the last pick at all.
This is it. And I'm going to tell you, like, you need points. So if...
I would have said the guy from Family Matters, but I'm going to guess that Clint Howard is somewhere there in The Rock.
He's not. Clint Howard's not in it. And Reginald Val Johnson... from Family Matters would not have made any difference for you. So,
okay.
So we're gonna write down Clint Howard, and yeah, he's an X. But yeah, Clint Howard, he's in like 90% of movies, so there's always a good chance that he's gonna show up.
Michael Bay movies. He likes Michael Bay likes to throw him in there. So
let's see, who did we miss from The Rock? William Forsythe would have been a decent one. John C. McGinley is also one of the soldiers. Yeah. I always mispronounce this guy's name, but Bokeem Woodbine is one of the other soldiers. We mentioned John Cusack from High Fidelity. Ted Luiso, he's one of the other guys that works with Jack Black and John Cusack in High Fidelity in the music store. Kind of looks like Moby. He's got a shaved head.
Oh yeah.
He's the one that gets trapped when Nicolas Cage and they're in the very first, and he gets like the poison on him. He's like, gotta get this shit off me, man. Willie Garson from Sex and the City is in it. And he has like one line. He's like, well, that's one way to go. And Jim Caviezel has no lines and is one of the pilots flying the plane that they're going to like blow up the island. Philip Baker Hall has a couple lines as one of the military guys. From Die Hard, Paul Gleason from Breakfast Club would have got you some points. Argyle, if anybody remembered Argyle, the limo driver, his name is Devereaux White, and he was in the Blues Brothers as the little kid reaching up to grab the guitar.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ray Charles almost shoots him.
Yep. The guy that's really good at martial arts, and he shows up in all the movies in the 80s, Al Leong. He's the guy. Yeah, remember in Lethal Weapon that Mel Gibson breaks with he uses his legs to break his neck. Robert Davey from Goonies. He's Agent. Is it the two Agent Johnsons? He's one of them.
FBI guys.
Mary Ellen Trainor, Alex, who's in every movie. She's also in the Goonies as the mom. And then Rob Reiner's daughter, Tracy, is William Atherton's assistant at the news station. Starship Troopers. Rue McClanahan from the old ladies show. What's Rue McClanahan? Betty White.
The Golden Girls?
Golden Girls. Yeah, Rue McClanahan's the one that's like teaching about like dissecting the bugs and stuff like that. And she's got like robotic arms and stuff like that. Marshall Bell from Stand By Me. Dean Norris from Breaking Bad is in it.
Yes.
Brenda Strong is the one that teaches Denise Richards how to fly a ship. Stephen Ford, son of Gerald Ford, is in the movie. Robert David Hall. He's the guy who does in CSI. He's the coroner. He's in it. He's in one part. He's like, made a man out of me, and he's got like no legs, kind of thing.
Yeah, because he doesn't have legs in real life.
Yeah, so that was him. Amy Smart. People forget that Amy Smart and Denise Richards are the one racing because they want to fly the ship. And like whoever gets there first, and Denise Richards gets there first. Timothy Odmondson, Alex. I feel like that's a guy you know. He's one of the other psychics. And then this is my super deep cut. It would have been worth 20 points, but if anybody remembers Boogie Nights, and when Heather Graham, who you worked with, Laurie, is going back to get her GED, and then there's a guy sitting behind her that's like going like that. He's in Starship Troopers. His name's Kai.
Who is he in Starship Troopers?
I think he's just a soldier. His name's Kai Lennox. Kai.
He's in the back doing the same thing.
He's standing behind Jake Busey going, and you're like, what is this? And Shea, do me a favor. Can you confirm if Bonnie Bedelia is Macaulay Culkin's aunt? Just so I can, we'll move on. I don't want to waste any more time. So the final score was very close. Shea with 26 points. Laurie Love with 30. Alex Young with 38.
Ooh,
so not a super high scoring game, but very close. Alex, this is the part where we let our winner. So Laurie, this is the burden we put on our winner is we asked them to suggest a future guest for Deep Cuts, the game. Your husband won the last time he was here, and he threw you under the Deep Cuts bus and suggested we try to get you on the show. So Alex, is there anyone you think we should try to track down? Maybe Jake Busey, Dina Meyer, or something like that, what do you think?
Yeah, any of those people would be great. Obviously, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, hey, you can give me any cast member from The Rock. I am on board.
Okay. Like all right, I'll see what I can do. We'll
or Dina Meyer, so we can talk about Birds of Prey, because I'm like
the
only person.
How do you spell Bonnie Bedelia? Is that what you asked?
No, he should have said Bonnie Bedelia.
He should have said
the actual real life paternal aunt of actors Macaulay Culkin and Rory Culkin. Jeff wasn't.
There you go.
Yeah, see, I was right about something. Yeah, so now the more you know. So Laurie, we talked about what you got coming up next. Where can people find you if they want to, keep track of your guys' productions and what you've got coming up next?
Check out my IMDb, of course, and you can find me at Phoenix Star 07 on Instagram, PHXSTAR 07. Other than that, I'll see you on TV or on your movie screen.
Awesome. Shea, I know Fillmore was taking a bit of time off, and you mentioned you might be coming back soon. What's going on with Fillmore?
Yeah, life's been busy, but we're going to get back to it one of these days. You can find us at youtube.com/@Fillmore or on any place where you can find podcasts.
How many episodes are there of Fillmore, Shea?
I think we are somewhere around 60, I believe. We do short seasons because we make them worth it, every single one of them.
Not like this piece of shit podcast that I do. Where it's...
No, you guys have the other approach, which is great content all the time. So.
Oh, well, yeah. Sure we do. Alex Young, other than your cat,
really stealing my thunder right now.
Is there anything you want to talk about, my friend?
No, I mean, you can find me on all social media and Letterboxd at the Alex Young. Otherwise, get out to the theater, see your movies, buy your movies physically so you own them. If you buy digitally, you are just licensing it and they can take it from you at any time. So go buy it, enjoy those features, listen to those commentaries, and enjoy movies with the crowd.
Excellent. We are at the part of the show where Alex sends me an outro that I have to read sight unseen. Is there any notes tonight, Alex? Any sort of accent?
Or there's notes. Okay, so this one I've left pretty open for you. I want you to give me just your best action star, and you can interpret that however you want. It can be like a gruff John McClane or like a Carl Urban in Dredd, or you could do a Schwarzenegger or like Sly Stallone, which are not impressions that you can do, but you're welcome to try.
You don't know about my Schwarzenegger. It could be.
I'd be willing to bet against it.
All right. All right. Let's just see what naturally comes out of me. I don't want to overthink it, Alex.
Something gruff and tough.
It looks like our time just ran out. We chewed the fat, spat out the facts, and frankly, my jaw's getting tired. So I'm calling time on this episode of Deep Cuts after all. I have a date with Destiny, and she hates to be kept waiting. You know what? This is just me, Alex, because I am an action star, so I'm just kind of doing
I can't wait for you to get to the next line.
And by Destiny, I mean my sleep apnea machine. And by kept waiting, I mean it needs to be cleaned before bedtime. Thanks to Laurie and Shea for watching my back today. You can be my wingman anytime. I appreciate all you civilians taking the time to give us a listen. Remember, you can find Deep Cuts anywhere you get your podcasts. And if you can't handle the heat, consider this your eviction notice from the kitchen. Thanks very much, everyone. We'll see you next week on Deep Cuts.